Hello, beauties. Let's get into it. Something funny happened today. I explained to my dad for the first time ever, like what I'm up to, what I'm doing. He was like, so you sold a book yesterday, because I got excited. And he's read my book, parts of it, which I love. But let's just get into this. Why are we here? Hello, beauties. Thank you for your hearts. I love you. Why are we here? What are we doing? What's feeling percolating in 2025? Intuition. You're here at this space, right? Why you're drawn to my platform is that we know it's time to band together to strengthen our courage and strengthen our intuition. We get more and more easy with accessing distant information, right? Things beyond the physical 3D, things beyond the five senses. We all have access to this. And you're here in my space because you've chosen to know that. You've chosen to lean into that. And you're enjoying exploring how far we can take it, right? This is why we mentor together. You can mentor with me one-on-one, but the power and why I'm doing the Leaders Circle, why I even created the free private space, is that there's so much power and potency in being together. Literally just in being in each other's energy fields, we are amplifying our channels, our channeling capabilities, our manifestation capabilities, our magnetism, right? I mean, you guys know that women's moon cycles sync up when we're together, right? So much magical stuff happens when we are together. Like there is a pooling, a swirling, an aggregation of energies, a momentum that builds when we are together. And it happens even across the interwebs. Like we don't need to be in physical spaces at the same time, which is why I'm hosting not one, not two, but 3 women's circles, all for different reasons for us to gather. So anyway, why are we here? What is 2025 bringing about? Why am I sitting here to do this right now? Our US election this year symbolized something. It symbolized that on balance, people, not any type of people, but people across the globe, believe it or not, this is just a representation. The election was just a representation. People across the globe want different. They want newness. They want change. We are willing, we meaning all of the people in aggregate, are willing to wipe the whole slate clean. This has nothing to do with politics. Please just hear me out. I hope you can feel this in your gut. Willing to wipe the whole slate clean, to take a chance to step into the void, to create and discover the new, to create new. Major timelines have been shifting. We have shifted our path. We've taken a turn in the road. There was a fork in the road, and we as humanity chose one way that I believe is going to drive us to newness really quickly. And whenever you make a huge shift, chaos ensues. Destruction, breakdown, disorganization ensues, right? We get to make room for the new. Internally, for a lot of us, we are clearing and purging and releasing, shedding some really dense stuff. How many of you guys are aware? How many of you guys are just feeling what might feel like chills on a regular basis now? Like just having weird purgative like experiences. And when you look into them, you can actually see or sense what that was. Wow, I just dropped some aspect of my relationship with my dad from childhood. Wow, I just shifted a belief that I didn't even know I was carrying from my grandmother on my mom's side, right? We're doing some major reconciliation, some major karmic clearing. And for the last few years, since 2020, we've been shifting significantly on the Akashic level, on the soul trajectory level. Many of you guys have been feeling this. And one of the most, what do I want to say? Motivating reasons I'm creating spaces like the Leaders Circle is because we, during the pandemic, didn't have a safe place to go. A lot of us didn't have a safe community to speak our thoughts within, to share our downloads within, to share our insights. Many of you smelled a rat. Something was weird, something was fishy during COVID. And many of you are going to be detecting more incongruencies, lacks of integrity, right? Breaches in honesty, human deception. And where will you go for those safe spaces to share what you know, to speak what you believe, to share your insights, to bring in your intuition, to even enhance what we can see and access, and maybe download some solutions? Personal game plans, community game plans, asking the right questions. These are things we get to do when we gather. We gather courage, we gather bravery. So I know that I felt greatly censored during the pandemic. I'm a medical doctor, chosen not to practice, really leaning into my intuition, knowing that I see something that's not right, recognizing that I'm super sensitive to human deception, and I didn't have a place to speak from. I couldn't share on Instagram what I really thought. Things got banned. I almost got kicked off of social media. Like, what? Every time I post something that's talking about our human genetic material, it gets blocked. And I think that's not by accident, right? Let's start talking about this. So we're doing it inside the Leaders Circle. Any topic you want to bring forward, all the way down to relationship, love, sex, marriage, is covered inside of this space. We are here for healing. This space is here to help calibrate all of us up into where we're being guided to go next. Many of you know that you're here to serve as leaders, as guides, as way-showers, as helpers during this big change that's picking up in momentum across humanity. Many of you are artists, healers, guides who are just stepping into your businesses and or have been working your business for a while and are really stepping into claiming your resources, claiming your right to be paid as you do your divine service. This is my natural passion. Come in here. We're here to build each other up. We're here to amplify and enhance you in your mission. That's what we all have in common. That's what all of these spaces have in common. We're tapping in with our soul mission. We know we're here for more than what society would slate for us, right? We're not just here to pick up someone's dishes and take care of babies. We're here for so much more than working that corporate job, right? We can see so far beyond, and many of us are the black sheeps of our family. And there's a reason for that. We are the scouts, we are the leaders, we are the guides. We're here to expand the norm. We're here to expand the leading edge and progress it and carry it forward. We're here to elevate the consciousness and the awareness of humanity. And so we're speckled across the landscape of the globe. Intentionally, we've chosen to space ourselves out. We've chosen to be the lone wolves. And we get to band together to support one another. That's why I consider the Leaders Circle and all of the spaces that I create beyond one-on-one sessions and one-on-one mentorships to be peer experiences. We're channeling together. We're drawing in the codes together. We're deriving the solutions together. All right. That's really all I wanted to share. Do you guys have any questions? Do you guys have anything you want to talk about? Let's see if we can tune in a little bit about 2025. I have a little bit of a 2025 download that I recorded last week that I will be publishing. It's actually on YouTube. I think it just got put up there last night. But I don't remember what it was. That was a week ago. So what I can see right now is the word chaos. And what that means is not necessarily intentional harm. I want to state that. Now, yes, of course, there always is some of that, we all know, right? But chaos can come through so many means, and what I'm just being shown right now is that chaos looks like breakdown is required for the breakdown of systems. We want so many systems to change, right? We want so many systems to change. Big ones, little ones, internal ones, personal, karmic ones, right? Like behavioral ones, marital relationship ones, societal, political ones. We want so many systems to change. In order for a system that has its own momentum, its own flow, its own patterning, its own rut, its own like neurological circuitry, if you want to think of it that way, its own gridding to change, there has to be breakdown, which looks disorganized. So we send in a surge of new energy, we proclaim that we want newness, we want better, we want improvement. Shit's gotta crumble, right? To make space for the new. And all those building blocks that break down get to be reorganized and built into something new. And we're here for it. On a soul level, we chose this. On a soul level, we chose this. We chose the timing of when we wanted to incarnate as humans. We chose how we wanted to participate. So the things that you can do right now involve listening to your joy, listening to your desires, asking yourself, how could this be better? Asking yourself, where am I fitting myself into something I don't want? Where am I feeling constricted? Where am I feeling imposed upon? What do I want to be better? I'm going to read this message I'm getting from two of you. Wild Rose is saying, I envision walking through the storm with swords, cutting through the debris and holding the light. All is failing, and it has to. Collective tower moment. A collective tower moment to build new foundations. You're like the sixth person who has shared almost exactly that vision with me. Some are carrying swords, some are walking through fire, some are walking through cities where buildings are crumbling and falling to the ground and crashing. Some are walking through war-torn moments in time and space where they're not dodging anything, they're just having to hold their energy, and it's almost as if they're being guided through unscathed. Wow, how many of us are seeing the same thing? Okay, Earthy TMV, hello Stephanie. Thank you, sister, for your acknowledgements. What great points you make. I look forward to humanity evolving. Let's all work together to make this world a better place. Thank you for your love, sister. I feel so good. Thank you for your compliments. Yeah, humanity is no doubt evolving. How many of you guys are feeling like we are at the point of no return? We can't go back. We know too much. It's almost as if the pendulum has stopped swinging in one direction and now it's building momentum in the other direction. And it's like we've already made up our choices. We've already made our bed. Like now we have to lay in it, right? And it won't be pretty. And one of the words that's coming up now is this idea of reconciliation. In order to fully live out the pendulum swing in the other direction, humanity must walk through this great reckoning where we get to see the mess we've made, where we get to experience the fallout, where we get to actually stop and look at what we've done. And it isn't pretty and it doesn't feel good. But imagine like some big, what do I want to say? I don't even want to say political figure, but that's a great example, or some big corporate head who you know has participated in malintent, stopping, looking back at what the repercussions of what he's done look like. Can you imagine that person reconciling their choices, their decisions, how they've negatively impacted millions of people? Let's imagine that, and let's even take it a step further and feel your own heart bringing compassion to that person having to face all of these decisions they've made, all of these horrible effects, and how sick with themselves, they must feel. Us just sitting here in this moment with compassion flowing from our hearts for that person. Can you feel how this is assisting them in reconciling their own decisions? This is so powerful, you guys. Our human technology is so powerful. I'm gonna check another message and just see, hold on, what's shared here? Okay, I wanna just harp on that for just a quick hot moment. Our human technology is so powerful that powers that wanna be empowered know that so clearly. This is why everything has been tainted, from the air to the food to the water to the paint, right? All the things, like, just, I'm naming the paint because I'm sitting in a very old house and like recognizing like there are toxins that we could, even our cell phones, right? Like we can block radiation that's coming off of our devices very easily, very cheaply, very simply. It's just not a priority yet. We can start utilizing farmland so much more efficiently and effectively. We have enough space and resources and core raw elements to feed all the masses, even at this huge number. It's just not a priority yet. We have the solutions for climate change. It's just not a priority yet, right? Anyway, let's keep going. The love and the clarity is definitely growing and spreading. Thank you, Sister Andrea. Yes, 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 yes. And I want to acknowledge you, artist sister. Thank you for the codes that are embedded in your work. I haven't seen your work, but I'm feeling it right now. I want to just acknowledge you. I want to acknowledge the valiance of your heart in your art. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Sarah, I've seen communities coming together and loving each other, supporting each other, a new level of hope and togetherness. Yes, 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 a complete shift in our society towards sisterhood and brotherhood. Absolutely. We've wanted it, and we've needed the way to make way for it. Now the way demands it. I really see multi-generational living coming back, where elders feel valuable again, where they feel valued again, supported again, and where our younglings, our little babies, our toddlers, our 3-year-olds feel valued again. They feel useful. They feel like part of the team, right? I see gardening happening at such a mass scale because we have to. I'm not sure why, but something's happening with our food sourcing that's already so tainted that is going to drive us to have more gardens. Many of us have seen that. Who else is seeing that? We are going to be forced. We're also going to be desiring to band together. Many of us women, mothers, have been craving this for centuries, right? We don't want to be operating in these single family silos where we're just one tiny operation doing all of the work for ourselves. We want to be leveraging community. It's so much more fun to do laundry when you have sisters around, right? Let's go fetch the water together. Let's do all the chores together. Let's feed. I'm already cooking. Let me cook for 3 other families. It's so easy, right? We're going there. We're going there. Ooh, physical force is no longer synonymous with power. And money is no longer synonymous with power. I feel that shifting also. So we get to make, just remember the mayhem that might have to ensue to wrench that power hold out from the systems that be, right? It won't be pretty. It can't be pretty because these people have sourced their livelihood from power, from money, from domination, right? And so they're gonna fight tooth and nail for that, not remembering that they get to plug themselves into source. And they get to plug all the people that they think they're holding up into source. Earth Mother Gaia has provided enough resources, enough sunlight, enough electrons to build the energetics and the electronics and all the things that we need, right? We can feel this, we know this intuitively, right? And even better, now I'm seeing Atlantean codes coming here. We have the technology. We have the people downloading the technology. channeling in the technology, building the technology. The bases for the infrastructure are already here and available to us. We just need to get the powers that are trying to be in power to move over, to allow those resources, technologies, and capabilities to rise again. Thank you all for your time today. I just wanted to pop in. I didn't even know what we were going to talk about. If you feel inspired to be in an uncensored environment, please check out the Leader Circle. If you need anything at all, please reach out to me, DM me. If you have an idea of an offering you would like to be a part of, message me. My whole mission, my whole platform is here to help us step out of hiding. That's what this book is all about. It's calling us out of our mole holes, out from the underground dormant spaces and places. And how is it doing that? By calling up our codes, by reminding us of what we've forgotten, showing us what's here. I'm just gonna flip to a page because it's so fun. I love you guys so much. All right. Ooh, oh my gosh. Okay. In the blueprint, I'm on transmission 3, page 137. In the blueprint of our sexuality, the yoni is the altar that receives the offering. It is the space where the divine masculine, free of any wounding, understands that only a certain few are granted admission. Not just anyone is welcome in this space of worship. He understands that this temple is a space to be guarded. The priestess herself is the one to decide who is admitted. Just take this beyond sexuality, right? Take this to the heart. Take this to the home. Take this to the community. We are the guardians of the masses. What got me excited was this next line, the word profane, because there's a quote in this book that I love more than anything, but it's not right here. It's somewhere in here. I'm just gonna, I'll have to leave it, but the quote itself is something like, this temple cannot be profaned. Like, it's literally impossible, even through rape and the worst treatment and abuse of women, it is impossible to profane the pristineness of the temple of the heart, the temple of the priestess herself. So with that, I leave you guys. I love you all so much. Thank you for being with me today.